Haw Par Villa, Singapore, formerly known as the Tiger Balm Gardens, is a living testimony of the rich Chinese heritage in Singapore, resplendent in grotesque statuary and grottos. The Haw Par Villa is profoundly interwoven to Singapore's history, cultural identity, and social values. First constructed in early 1930s, the park is a unique cultural resource, the only one of its kind left in the world after a similar Tiger Balm Gardens in Hong Kong was demolished. Mink Consulting Private Limited was commissioned by the Singapore Tourism Board to manage urgent repairs and some restoration works for a few structures with critical defects in Haw Par Villa, which were uncovered during past periodic inspections.
Tiger Balm Gardens entrance archway, Muni seated under pavilion, Kuan Yin sculpture, 9-tier pagoda, Haw Par Villa archway.
The restoration works involved thorough cleaning of years of grime and environmental pollutants and painstaking removal of multiple layers of old paintworks. Steam cleaning was employed, especially for the painted Shanghai plaster, to avoid unnecessary damage to the historic plaster. The most deteriorated structure is the Kuan Yin sculpture. The mural panel has partially collapsed due to severe corrosion of the supporting structures. As there was no historical record of the mural artwork, 3D scanning and modeling was first carried out to fully document the existing condition of the sculpture into a virtual twin. The dimension, color, and condition captured was an indispensable reference for accurate restoration and reconstruction of lost works. The Kuan Yin sculpture was then carefully removed for soil stabilization and erection of new supporting frames. All the original panels were then pieced together like a jigsaw puzzle according to the 3D model. This was extremely challenging because of missing pieces at the center of the sculpture that rendered the joining difficult. Through a collective effort of a team of skilled artisans, civil engineers, and materials engineers, the Kuan Yin sculpture has finally been restored to the original condition, this time with more stable and durable supporting structure. This has taken multiple installation trials, conscientious blending of colors on site to match the old original color scheme, and careful stitching of cracks. Missing ornamental features are some of the common defects noted in these structures, the most prominent of which is the topmost ornament of the 9-tier pagoda, which has broken off. From archival photographs, the shape and profiles of the ornament were carefully analyzed, allowing artisans to reconstruct it. It also involved the creative design of new supporting structure to prevent failure of this slender ornament. Multiple in situ trials on the reconstruction were done by the artisan to get the closest dimension and texture to the original. The application of the binder and aggregate mix of the Shanghai plaster needed to be well controlled to ensure that the new plaster blended with the surrounding Shanghai plaster. Muni seated under pavilion is a brilliant and wonderful structure. The old thick layers of paint were carefully removed until sound substrate. This will prevent paint peeling due to poor adhesion of old paint after repainting. Delicate painting works were carried out painstakingly for weeks by a team of artisans to deliver the beautiful finish we see now. Mural reliefs can be seen expansively throughout Haw Par Villa. Every mural tells a story which needs to be preserved correctly to prevent it from deterioration. The mural at the Tigerbaum Gardens entrance archway was in a very dilapidated state, which required urgent intervention. It was decided that these murals are not to be painted over as what had been done in the past. Doing so will not only cover the historical artworks, but can alter the original interpretation and meaning of the mural. Instead, gentle cleaning was carefully performed to partially expose previous artworks, which include those dated 1985. Consolidation of the murals were then made by reattaching loose paint and consolidating the artworks with clear acrylic. Such treatment, in addition to being able to protect the mural from weathering, also preserve important record of the mural for any future historical study and restoration. Spalling concrete is one of the critical defects observed at the arches, as this poses danger to visitors. This was a challenging task as the construction detail of the arch was not known. Careful removal of concrete revealed the construction detail, after which the engineer developed appropriate repair to the affected area with minimal intrusion to the rest of the structure. The completion of the works done to the 5 structures and sculptures at Haw Par Villa had served to restore their past beauty, whilst at the same time ensure the continued safety of their once dilapidated state. Such invaluable cultural heritage and its conservation are extremely important, which should be preserved for future generations.